these United States. In 1882, I got one vote. One vote. One vote for President of the United States. And not only that, I also held a position for 2 years from 1887 to 1889 as the Charles I to Colombia. I also had ties to Haiti, which after another 2 years, I gave up that post because of the fact that the president and I did not see eye to eye. I have a lot of firsts that I've done in my life. And as a matter of fact, on February the 20th, 1895, I got in the carriage and I was taken to the Washington Convention Center. I was helped up on a podium and I sat next to the one and only Susan B. Anthony. Once the engagement was over, she helped me back to the carriage where I would go to my home. I must also let you know that 2 years after my Anna passed, I did remarry. I remarried to a young lady by the name of Helen Pitts, who was 20 years younger than myself. She was white. As I walked in the home, she asked me, would I like some tea? And I said, no, I'm going upstairs to rest. Well, as I began to go up the stairwell, I jerked. And I can hear Helen saying, Frederick, stop playing. Now, I will say, though all of my pictures that were taken through my life, you very seldom saw me smiling. Or you very seldom, or if any, heard me tell a joke. Because I was informed to never joke in public. But at home, I was a jokester. As a matter of fact, I gave out a lot of dry jokes at home. But once in public, I was about business. Well, when I jerked on that stairwell, Helen thought I was, again, joking. I had a major heart attack. On February the 20th, 1895, at the age of 77. I became the first black man to lie in state in the Capitol buildings. There were kings and queens who came from abroad and presidents and what have you to say goodbye to me. I am currently buried in Rochester, New York, next to my Anna. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again for coming out this evening. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned a little something more about Mr. Frederick Douglass. And I'm just going to share with you, it is an honor to stand before you and to be able to portray this man. I just came in from Savannah where I spoke, and I also took part in the 31st Annual Black Heritage Festival. And I've had people to ask me, am I kin to Frederick Douglass? Because I look so much like him. And honestly, truthfully, I would love to say yes, but because of cell phones and computers, it's best I say no. Because I don't want no slander coming in my direction. But what I wanted to say in all seriousness, though, I do thank God for looking like him. But even greater, as I mentioned to a gentleman over the weekend, is that, you know, it's one thing to look like a person, but to look like him and not have his information or not be able to disseminate his life is another thing. So it's more important than the look I have. Because I'll be honest with you, I've learned a lot of information by watching YouTube videos from other gentlemen who pose as Frederick Douglass. And I'll be honest with you, neither one of them look like Frederick Douglass. has been a blessing. And as a matter of fact, I don't know how much longer I got here on earth, but I don't think I'm cutting my hair anymore. I think it's just going to pop out. It's going to be there because I love the look. That's right. It's a special thing. I'm still trying to figure out, wait a minute, I'm still trying to figure out what that special thing is that got me looking like Frederick Douglass. Anyway, in the short time that we have, I just want to say thank you very much for coming out. And I don't know if we have time for questions or answers, or we must come to it. 5 minutes? Okay. If anybody have any questions? I saw the young lady back there raise her hand. I was like, yes, dear. I thought she was going to ask a question. Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Excellent presentation. Excellent history. And thank you so much.
And I will say, yes, thank you. But I will add that if you compute 11 years that I've been studying this man, there's so much information that I leave out so much. And sometimes I will leave the engagement after it's over thinking to myself, man, I should have said this, I should have said that. But it's just so much. And I study this guy, and I read, I study every day, and it's, a lot of it get away, so I do apologize if I didn't bring more, but it's a lot to hold for 11 years, Plus try to live your regular life and blah, 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 blah. Yes, sir.
I know.
You do?
Nah.
As a matter of fact, we both lived in the Bronx.
Yeah. Coming from where we come from.
Yes, sir.
And how we were raised, what we went through, what drove you to do and seek this out?
First of all, that's a good question. Second of all, I can only answer it as simple as it happened. One morning I got up and I was standing in the mirror brushing my teeth, and I just heard Frederick Douglass 3 times, and I looked around to see was anybody in the room, and there wasn't. And I didn't question it. Some people question when God tells them to do something. I didn't question it. I just got up, clothed myself, and I went down to the Strauss Theater, and the rest is history. And the first time I did it, I had the book. Matter of fact, his book, The Life and Times, the narrative of Frederick Douglass, sitting right there reading word by word. I read the whole book. But, once I got it, that next year we was off and flying. And I haven't regretted since. Just listening to it and taking it to the next level, and here we are.